Hello. I have the great pleasure of being able to do episode 7 from San Diego. So, this episode, it's really fun because this is when I really get my first teaching gig where someone's going to pay me to teach and write their music for their drum line with their high school, and that is at Thornton Fractional South. And this is where I get the great pleasure to meet Mr. Mike Donia and Bart Bates, who I spent 2 to 3 years with that marching band and learning how to teach, learning when to teach, and also definitely changing a very important course of my life. So when I got back from my second year of drum corps in '99, I was approached by my friend Monica, who went to that school, and they knew they were looking for a new drum instructor. So I was recommended and took that job. And that job was awesome because it was taking, a fairly young group of musicians, percussion section, and being able to really start to get into creating more writing and, just directing this group of kids. And we had a great time, and those kids were really good. We won a lot. We probably played too much. Whenever I think back on like a lot of more of my younger writing, that is definitely a part of that. And of course, as you get older and as you learn and you see more things, you hear more things, and you start to figure out like what is exactly important. So that was a big growth point for me during that time. And so now I am also back at Roosevelt University and going to school there. So the biggest thing that I really want to touch on is that, through those next 2 years at Roosevelt University, I remember Mike calling me into his office, and he's like, "Adam, sit down, have a seat." And he's like, so how's school going?" And I'm like, "It's going okay." And he's like, "Do you feel like you're getting anywhere? Are you growing? Are you getting through all your credits?" And I'm like, I don't know. Like I said before, I had a little, very, very little guidance as to what I was wanting to do. Finally, I figured out that I did want to be an educator. But what's so interesting about this whole conversation is that, Mike could see that I was just kind of wallowing in the ocean of college and not really getting anywhere. And I think maybe he had also had that same conversation with Bart. And so it was really cool for them to bring this up and then offer the suggestion of, well, I think you need to check out a different school. I think you need to not go to Roosevelt anymore, and you need to go to Vandercook. So realistically, there is no reason for me not to trust these men. Bart, for one, had taken care of me a whole bunch. So we met when I was 19 years old. And so, he was picking me up, he was taking me home, he was, feeding me, taking me places. We were, he was very much taking care of me during that moment in my life. And it was really, really cool to have somebody like that. And then, some more adult counsel from Adonia. And so them together talking about that, they both went there for different things. And so I said, okay. So while I was having a great time, especially in the jazz program at Roosevelt and things like that, like shoot, I'd even auditioned to be in one of the like lower vocal jazz groups because I always thought it'd be cool to play drums and sing together. But I had no vocal training at that time at all. So I just had to add that because it was a memory that just popped into my mind that I did audition for that. And so I finished off that third year at Roosevelt, and then I transfer and I go in and I audition at Vandercook College of Music with Kevin Lepper and Charlie Mangini, and I think Ruth Rhodes was probably in the room as well. And I'm just I'm playing. So at that time I'm playing what I know. So I've prepared. I'm actually playing a kind of a little bit of a marimba piece. My timpani skills are better. My concert snare drum is better. Drum set's way better. That was a big growth moment at that time. So that was really fun. And so I go in, and it's like, I feel like these people are seeing me for what I can do and not for always like what I am currently doing. Like there's definitely something that I have to offer to the educational world and to students. And so I don't think I really realized that till later, but it was like I need to get in this school and I need to learn how to teach and learn how to grow my musicianship at a certain pace with the right people. And that's what it was literally all about. Learning the right things at the right pace with the right people. And that's what I would call that place for me. Had a lot of great times where there's some rough times too. Heck yeah, there's always those things. But that change of switching schools was a very, very big deal for me at that time. So I would have to say that, I think it's really important that we listen to some people that may be giving us some great counsel, because you never know where that's going to lead, especially people that have already given you a chance to do something, special, and have proven to kind of take care of you. So they have your best interest at heart, like truly. And so I really, really appreciate that. And, till this day, I still get to work with Mike Madonia several times a year. I get to talk with Bates and see all the things that he's doing and things like that. So it ended up being extremely special and a big turn of events for things that were to come for me from an educational standpoint and the experiences that I was able to have going to Vandercook. So, listen to the people that might have your best interest in mind. You will be able to tell. You will be able to tell. And luckily, as a young man of 19 and 20 years old, I was able to have those supports so that I could get on the right track and keep my forward motion and continue doing what I love. All right, love it, live it.